Hi, hi, hi. So this will be a quick one. For the past couple of days, I've been thinking about like tongue rings. Not saying that I'm gonna get one again, but I was just saying like the people still get tongue rings because or have them. I notice like I don't go out a lot, but I do watch like a few videos online, and I notice people do not have like tongue rings. They have a whole lot of other piercings, ears, nose, cheek, um, eyebrows, all parts of the ears, all parts of the nose, and some of them, depending on the shirt that they wearing, they got nipple rings. So I'm like, but none of them really have tongue rings. So I'm like, I guess that was a fad back in the day or something, because I know years ago a lot of people had tongue rings, including myself. This was years ago. So basically I'm like, let me just make a quick video talking about my tongue ring experiences. Well, it all started. Okay, it all started. I was in the military. I was at AT. Is it called AT or AIT? I think it's called AT. That's like the job training. I'm 92 Alpha. A 92 Alpha, that's a automated logistical specialist. And I'm laying down right now. I'm like a little tired or whatever. But anyways, it's called automated logistical specialist, 92 Alpha. So this is after you do the basic training. So you go to like another location. Well, I know I went to another location, another state, well, which was in Virginia, and I did my job training, which was a 92 Alpha automated logistical specialist. It's stuff dealing with and this is the Army. Okay, this is the Army, United States Army, and my MOS was dealing with like supplies, automated, um, automated supplies for like vehicles, like tanks, Hummers, like any military vehicle is like a maintenance. And then I was stationed at Fort Meade, Maryland, and in a garage and like a maintenance area. I didn't work on the vehicles, but I was in the garage, so I seen it. It was right there. My office was like, oh, now I get a phone call. Who is this? Oh no. It's not in my phone, so I don't know. They can leave a message. But anyways, so my office was right in the garage. Of course, it's like a big ass garage, to fit. It got so many bay doors, and my thing was 818th Maintenance Company. Okay, so it was like a lot of the dudes. I don't think they had females working on the vehicles, but I was like in the office. So my job, my duty was like if a maintenance person needed a part to be ordered, they would come to me. I would order it in the computer system. First, I would see, do we have it in the back on the shelf? So I was like a whole lot of coding and like looking at part numbers and stuff like that. And if we didn't have it, I would order it, or we have it. I'll log it out in the system, how many pieces and yada 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 parts and whatever whatever. So that was my duty. That was my thing. So, anyways, going back to after basic training, I was stationed in um, goodness, Fort Jackson for basic training. That's in South Carolina, straight out of high school. Okay, well, I had to wait till I turned 18 because I graduated high school when I was 17, but I turned 18 like a few months later, whatever. So, anyways, completed basic training and then went to Virginia, Fort Lee, Virginia, to do the job training. Okay. And how many weeks was this? I was in class. Shout out to class 3-7 and 3-8. Okay. Drill Sergeant Lewis, yeah. So all my battle buddies, Yeah, it was a combination class, 3738, because there was so many of us that we had to break it down. What class was I in? I mean, duh, I about to say I was either in class 37 or 38, like, duh. I don't know. What class was I in? I want to say, I don't know. I want to say 37 because I think they probably divided us up by like the last names and, but we all was like brother and sister. It was like mixed boys and girls or males and females, mixed in each other's class. So we all were together anyway. We was just had like a big class that was just divided. So we did everything together. But anyway, shout out to y'all 3738. Okay, so anyways, so we I forgot how many weeks, AI, goodness, not AI, AT, AT trainer was AIT. Goodness, now I'm confused myself. Is it AI training? I mean, I keep saying AI, AT or AIT, whatever the job training is. Okay, the title for that. When you go learn, we go to school, this and that, but we still in training. We still in military uniform, BDUs and all that. It's just like we just completed the physicalness of it. Granted, we were still doing exercise Monday through Friday. Every other day was muscle failure. And then the day that it wasn't muscle failure, like exercise wise, we would run. We would run, I don't know, like 3 miles, 3 miles a day. I think it was, this was like early in the morning, like from like 4 o'clock in the morning, 4:30, we had to be up and we had to be in formation by like 5 a.m. And 0500, my bad. Something like that. And then we would do, training exercise for like an hour, hour and a half, and then go to the mess hall, get breakfast, whatever, whatever. Then be in like the regular main formation with every other class. I think like 0800, like at 8 o'clock in the morning or something. So, anyways, um, so close to the end of this job training, close to the end of this job training, you get like weekend passes. Like if you do good as an individual, you get like a weekend pass that you can go off a base for the weekend. And some of them, if you do good, you can wear your civilian clothes, quote unquote civilian clothes, like on base. You don't have to wear your BDUs on base. You can, wear your civilian clothes on base. So, anyways, it was like close to graduation, close to the end. So maybe like 3 weeks left. I'm saying about 3 weeks left. We had, whatever. So I had a weekend pass. Me and bottle buddies and stuff like that. We had our weekend pass. We was like, all right, we're gonna get a hotel room, which that's when people do, share hotel rooms and whatever, whatever. And you know, whatever. So before this, like a couple of weeks prior, it was like a couple of people we seen with tongue piercings. Mind you, you don't supposed to have no kind of piercing showing, especially while you in uniform, while you in your BDUs. So I would be going like, if I got to go to the female bathroom and I'll be seeing like other females in different classes. I mean, different companies. Shout out to Whiskey Company. I was in Whiskey Company, okay? I probably gotta finish this later because I think my daughter might come in here and be interrupting me and whatever. But anyways, I was in Whiskey Company, okay? So if I go to the bathroom and I see like other females in different companies, they be having their tongue rings. And mind you, we in BDU uniform, BDUs, that's like the Army fatigues and stuff like that. And of course, you don't supposed to do that. You don't supposed to have no makeup on. You got to have your hair pinned up in the back. Nowadays, it just seems like people that's like out the window. This was in like 2000, 2000, 2001. So this was 23 years ago, 22 years ago. Y'all know the math, whatever. But I know this was in like 2000 and 2001. So, so I'm just like, But then I'm like, the tongue ring seemed interesting. Like I was like, I don't mind having no tongue ring, yada yada yada. So, anyways, about 3 weeks before graduation, had a weekend pass, and it was like, okay, like some of the people in my class, 3738, some of the ladies, the females, and like a couple of handful of males, not a lot of males, was like, yeah, we want to get tattoos, we want to get tongue piercing, yada yada yada. So I'm just like, oh, okay, I'll go with y'all. I'm see what it's like. I ain't had no tattoos at the time, no piercings except for my ears. But I'm just like, I go with y'all. Y'all my battle buddies. I'll see what y'all do, what y'all get or whatever. So I end up going with some of them, to this tattoo parlor. And of course, the tattoo parlor, they do piercings. So somebody that I went with, they end up getting they tongue pierced. And they look nice. And they was like, yeah, hemp pill, you should get one. You should. And I'm just like, yeah, I'm thinking about it. But yeah. It was like, you might as well get it. We about to graduate, yada, yada, yada. So I'm like, all right, fine. I'm gonna go ahead and get one. So I got my tongue pierced. Got my tongue pierced that free weekend. And mind you, when you get your tongue pierced, the piercing person say you got to keep it in. You cannot take it out. You got to keep it in for like a good like 2 months straight. Like you probably what is it? It's been years, y'all. And I know you got to keep it in. You can't take it out because the hole will close. And if you were to change the ball of it, I think you gotta still have it in for like a month before you can like switch the balls and yada yada yada. So mind you, it just got to stay in for like 2 months. Like don't take it out, or your hole will close in your tongue. So I'm like, well, I'll be good because I don't be talking and I'll be able to, to hide it. Like, I'm not in a front of formation. I can continue to do what I do, blend in the back, whatever, whatever. So, anyways, got my tongue pierced. Fast forward to everybody back in formation, had it in for like a good week undetected. But it's funny because like a couple of days after I got it done, I was reading a book, The Coldest Winter Ever by Sister Soldier. And I had it in my BDU pocket, like, the pockets be like down there where like your leg at, kind of, sort of. And like the button for my pocket couldn't button up because the book was like a little bit, it wasn't big, but it just, my pocket couldn't button, whatever. So one of the drill sergeants was like, I'm private. What's that colorful book in your pocket? Let me. So she called me over. So I had, another female had to come with me because you got to be with the same sex next to you. And this time we was on our way out to formation. So it was like a group of us walking out the door. But somehow she pinpointed me to be like, hey, what's that book in your pocket? Like how you see this book when three people walking in front of me and on the side of me, like she somehow just target me out. So I came up, I had to go to it. Mario, I got the tongue ring in my mouth. I got the tongue ring in my mouth. And we, like inside the building, like near the front door, mind you, people still walking out, groups of us still walking out. So she like, let me see that book. So I gave her the book, and mind you, I'm not trying to open my mouth wide or anything. So it was more so like, yes, drill sergeant. You gotta say drill sergeant first. So it was like, yes, drill sergeant. Whatever before you start talking, is drill sergeant first. Even if you say yes, drill sergeant, yes, drill sergeant. Like that. If it's a no, drill sergeant, no, drill sergeant. Drill sergeant. Yes, I understand you, drill sergeant. It's you gotta say that first. Drill sergeant first and last. So she said something. So, I responded, drill sergeant, whatever, whatever, drill sergeant. My mouth still like closed some, but I'm making it make the words come out. Man, during this time, I was just like, oh my goodness, like into my mind, I'm like, Demetra, you got this. Just don't, just don't say nothing. Only when she talk to you or answer you a question, that's how it's supposed to be anyway. Like, so she basically confiscated my book. She was trying to ask me like, what's this book about? And something, and I didn't want to go for a long sentence. And mind you, that wasn't even my book. One of my battle buddies let me borrow it because she finished reading it, and I was like, I want, got any kind of thing that I can read, because mind you, no TVs, no cell phones, whatever, no cell phones or nothing. And this was like I said, in 2000, 2001. So one of my battle buddies was like, yeah, here go a book to read. And I was like a bookworm anyway, like reading books. So anyways, this drill sergeant wasn't even drill sergeant Lewis. My drill sergeant was drill sergeant Lewis, but this other drill sergeant, was working closely with my drill sergeant along with some other drill sergeants, whatever, whatever. So anyways, she confiscated the book. She was like, well, you can get the book back when something I had to do. Something I had to do, but I ain't do it. I ain't do it. She was like, you can get the book back when you write a letter and explain what the book is, or how far you got along in the book or something. I don't know. But I ain't do it. I was like, shoot, I ain't going back up there to talk to anybody, like just about a buddy. I give you money for that book, my bad. So, anyways, I got away. It was like a yes, no, drill sergeant, whatever, whatever. And I rolled out and went in formation. I'm just like, good, undetected. My tongue ring was unfreaking detected. Whew, good. Mind you, I only had it in for like a good, maybe a week at the most, maybe a week. So, now during this time, fast forward to like, the following days, we had the, what is it? Not yeah, rehearsal for our graduation. We had to rehearse for the graduation and yada yada yada. So um so what happened? We had to rehearse for the graduation, whatever. So we went to the auditorium, me and class 3738. So mind you, we had a couple of people who had tongue rings. It was like out of 3738, say it was, I don't know, 50 of us. I'ma say maybe 10 of us had tongue rings. Mind you, we in uniform. So we in the auditorium, we in the, sitting in the seats, and another drill sergeant was telling us what we want to do when we go across the stage, what to expect. This is the procedure, yada yada yada. Your family gonna be in the audience. Just walk straight. Don't even look at the audience. Just walk. Yada yada. Like all that kinds of stuff. So, okay. Alberico, no, not Alberico. Oh my goodness, what is his Alberaca? Oh no, what is his freaking name? Um, Oh my goodness, not Drill Sergeant Alberico. That was in basic training. But Abaka. His last name was Abaka. This little short. I mean, we in the same class. So he's sitting in the end of the row, Abaka. Okay, he's sitting in the end of the row. We, in the bleachers or whatever, and he playing with his tongue ring, like the tongue ring, of course, in his mouth. So he playing with it, sticking it out, doing it, and I guess not even knowing that he was doing it, but he was doing it. So a drill sergeant who was, walking us through the procedures of our graduation that's coming up in like a week and a half. Yes. Hold on, y'all. Yeah, I'm leaving, but let me know if you have any questions or concerns. Just shoot me an email or text. Okay. Yeah. Thank you so much. See you next time. See you. Bye. Um, oh, my goodness. Okay, so it's 3 o'clock. Let me hurry up. So so she seen him. She walked past him. So she like, what is that? What is that, Private? And we like, like we was talking among ourselves about different stuff. Like I think we was just like chilling at the moment. So we all stopped talking and looked at the drill sergeant because she was just like, what is that? How they be all loud and strong and stern with their voices. So we like, oh, what who done did something. So we're looking at her and she's like, what is that in your mouth? And she's talking to our oh my Abaka. She's talking to Abaka, and he's like an Indian kind of a guy, like his ethnicity or something. Wait, okay, hold on, y'all. Okay, I'm coming out, Lenore. Let's get the stick your mouth out. Stick your tongue out. So he stuck his tongue out, and of course, see you. Bye. Okay. Okay, so this is live, got an autistic daughter, classes and everything. Okay, so anyways. So he stood up, And then so of course he stuck his tongue out and a tongue ring right there. So everybody was like, "Oh, dang, a baka got caught with the tongue ring." Like, damn, boy, like what was you thinking? Like we all thinking the same thing. So then she was like, "Oh my goodness, that's contraband. You out of uniform and yada." She was just like going off. Okay, like going off. So she was like, "Matter of fact, everybody stand up with your tongue." She said, "Everybody stand up and stick out your tongue." And she went through row by row, like all of us had to stand up. And then it was like the people that was in the first row, like two of them, like couldn't get their tongue ring out in time because mind you, they in the front row, and it was like, okay, no time to take out the tongue ring. So Abaka, well, she told Abaka to stand off, to the side, like staying in the aisle or whatever. So then, she told everybody to stand up. We standing up at attention. We still, in the aisle, the auditorium seats in the audience. And then so she went one by one, like stick your tongue out, stick your tongue out, stick your tongue out, going down starting at the first row. Stick your tongue out, stick your I think, yeah, maybe when she got to the second row, she caught like two people with tongue rings and they had to stand over too, next to a baka. And I probably was like in the eighth row, and it's probably like 12 rows. No, not even that many. It's probably like 10 rows. So it was like two rows behind me and yeah, a couple of rows in front of me. So we all like so my so oh my goodness. Just thinking about it, I'm putting myself back in that feeling. I kid you not, like so many things was going in my mind. So the first thing really that was going through my mind was, shoot, we're about to graduate in like less than 2 weeks. So I know they ain't gonna hold us back, some more time for this. Like we ain't do nothing. So I'm like, sure, I'm still gonna graduate. So and the first thing that came across my mind was like, we still going to graduate. So if I get in trouble, I might just have some kind of a KP duty or something. So whatever, I ain't trying to waste my $50 to take my tongue ring out. Like whatever, I'll just do that KP duty or wake up early or whatever, whatever. That was the first thing that came to my mind. Like F it, I gotta keep this sucker in. I ain't wasting no $50. No. Because that's how much it costs, $50 for to get my tongue pared. I'm like, absolutely not. And I just had it in like for 2 weeks or so, 2.5 weeks out, something like that. Like, absolutely not. Like, if I take this thing out, my hole gonna close. That's a waste of $50. Like, no. So and my friends, like my battle buddy people, and people that know me, of course, we all knew each other. They was looking at me because people who knew that I had a tongue ring, which the class knew, like who had a tongue ring, who didn't have tongue rings. We all friends, we all together, we all on the same side, the same team, teamwork. We all doing the same mission. So no beef, no drama between none of us, any of us, I should say. So people looking back at me or looking, like hemp hill, mind you, we call each other by last names. They're like hemp hill, like trying to egg me, eye me and be like, take your ring out, take your ring out. So mind you, my first reaction was like, I'm just keep it in, like whatever. But then when I started looking at people, people started looking at me and I'm looking, feeling the energy of people like trying to egg me to, hey, Hempel, take your tongue ring out. I'm looking around, they like winking at me, like, you know, or or um or like what's the word? Talking to me, like not sign language. What is it? Like non-sound, rip leading, lip reading. How you like whisper, no sound coming out and like reading their lips. They're like, did you take yours out? Like, take your ring out. Like I'm reading their lips. So that's when I start feeling like, damn, let me just see, can I take my ring out? So I'm pretending like I done dropped something, like my pen on the ground. So I'm like squatting over, behind the seat in front of me, like trying to unscrew it. And my hands was getting wet, like I was drooling. Shoot, kind of sort of like how I am now. So I'm like trying to take, at least one of the balls out because, it's a top ball and it's a bottom ball. So I'm trying to hold one ball and unscrew one, and then that wasn't working. So I started trying to do the other side, and it was not working. I'm drooling, my hands wet. And then at this point, my heart did start like beating a little fast because the energy was like take it out, him, Bill, take it out. Like people around me, energy was like coming on me, like, oh my goodness, fearfulness. So then I stood back up and I was just like, oh my goodness. So then person next to me was like, did you get it out? I'm like, no, it's freaking, I can't get it out. I'm like not trying to move my not trying to move my lips because drill sergeant is still one by one going down the aisle. Stick your tongue out, stick your tongue out. So so they was like, "Did you take it out?" I'm like, "I can't." I'm like, "I can't read." Like saying it with my lips. No sound, so they can read my lips. Like I can't. So I was like, "Oh, him, Bill, take it out." So then I bent over again. Trying to do it again for the second time. I could not get my tongue ring out. I could not get my tongue ring out. Like no, it wasn't happening. And that sucker was not happening. So I was just like, F it. So I'm like, it is what it is. We over here rehearsing for graduation. Like I'm still going to graduate. F that, whatever. And then it took me back to like high school when I'm like, I done completed all my classes. So what are you not going to have me graduate because because I I got it incomplete in a class that wasn't credited. You know what I mean? Like that extra class that, that wasn't credited. How you in high school, you got all these classes that you got to pass in order to get credited that you need to graduate, but then they throw on some extra stuff that to do, but it's not even like a credited class or it's extra that you already did. So I'm just like, well, shoot, I done completed everything. Like, what the heck? I'm still getting my diploma. Like, whatever. So I stood back up for the second time. And then so by this time she was like in a row in front of me and I was just like, I can't get it out, y'all. And then by this time she probably pointed another person out, it was like, go stand over there. So when she got to my row, I probably was like the third person in my row. I was like the third person in my row. So mind you, everybody know who had their tongue pierced. So when I say all eyes on me, oh my goodness. When she got to me, mind you, we all standing up, and then the people who she already, done checked, she told them to sit down. She told them to sit down or whatever. So, I'm standing back up, and it's just like people in front of me done already sat down because she finished with that row. But, all heads was turned looking at everybody that she was going next to. So when she got to me, like, I kid you not, everybody eyes was on me. They just like, she was like, stick your tongue out. So I'm like, and I was hesitant to stick my tongue out. So I don't know what I was doing, but of course, eventually I stuck my tongue out and she was like, go over there. Like she seen it. She was like, go over there. So, and I heard like some of my friends was like, ah, hemp pill. Like I just heard that, like, like, damn it. Like, why you ain't taking your ring out? But it was funny. So after the fact, the point that I began to, and like out of us, like out of the 10 people who had it, it was probably like four of us who actually got caught with it, got caught with tongue rings, whatever. But the thing is, after the fact, people, my classmates, they was coming up to me. They was just like, Hemphill, you was so funny. They was like, why, first of all, why you ain't take your tongue ring out? You had plenty of time. And I was like, I was trying to take it out, but this sucker was not coming out. And then I was like, I ain't trying to waste no $50 no way. So they all laughing, but I'm like, shoot, I'm serious. Like, whatever. But they was like, Hemphill, you was so funny because it looked like they said it looked like you was trying to fly. I was like, what are y'all talking about? And they was just laughing. And I'm just like, what do you mean it looked like I was trying to fly? They said it literally looked like you was trying to like sprout some wings and fly up out of it. They was like the way you was moving your arms, and mind you, I didn't know I was doing this. But they were saying when she asked me to stick my tongue out, and I, like I said, I had it was like a couple of seconds. I didn't automatically stick it out. Like I was like, I don't know, stuff was going on in my mind. Like, do I stick it out? Do I just automatically walk over there? Do I'm just like, no? Do I, like stuff was just going on in my mind. So I guess the whole time when this was going on, my body movement was like they said like my arms, it wasn't flapping because they was like at attention, but it was just like moving like up and down, like I can't explain like going up, going down, going up, going down, and then it was like they said it looked like I was like going up on my tippy toes and stuff like that. They was like, you was trying to fly up out of there. I'm like, what are y'all talking about? That was so funny. They was like, Hempel, you was too funny. So after the fact, I'm laughing at it too, but I was like, I don't remember me doing any of that, But it was like, yeah, you was doing that. So needless to say, go ahead, Eleanor. You finished eating your chips and drinking your water.
Yeah, yeah, Daddy.
Eleanor, go back in the room. Okay, go back in the room. Get down. Whoa. Okay, see you later. And so basically, what happened? So, needless to say, I still graduated, but our punishment was we couldn't walk across the stage. We could not attend our ceremony. We had to stay in the barracks while we was in our class A's, like our ceremony uniforms. So we got all dressed up and stuff like that, but we could not attend our own ceremony. So I didn't even graduate. I mean, I graduated, but I didn't attend my own graduation. I didn't walk across the stage. I didn't participate in any of it. Um, did I have any KP duty? I don't think I had any KP duty. Not that time. Yeah, I ain't had no KP duty. We just couldn't walk across the stage. That was it. So and ain't even attend. We couldn't even attend it. And then before, let me see, after I had got my tongue pierced, my maybe like couple of days after I got my tongue pierced, I had to get called in the office because one of my uncles had passed away. My parents had to, well, my mom had to contact the Red Cross and they had to get the phone number, to the company I was in. They had the address, but they didn't have like a phone number because we ain't had no phone number. We couldn't call anybody, whatever. So they had to get in contact and had to go in the office. And mind you, I couldn't like talk so much to my drill sergeant when she was telling me like my uncle had passed, one of my uncles passed. It was my dad brother, my uncle Paul. He had passed away. So once I left her office, I had a battle buddy with me. When I was in the hallway, I just started busting out crying. I'm just like, oh, because I was like the first death in our family in like years. We don't have death in our family. So I was like the first one in years, like for a while. So I was able to attend his funeral. So I actually had to leave, well, left. And then drill sergeant told me just to pack everything and leave my class A's and like two BDUs, the army fatigues, like the personal stuff. Cause she was like, you might as well just take all your stuff back, back home with you because you got 3 weeks left, less than 3 weeks left. And I think I was gone for like 3 days. So basically when I came back, I think I had less than 3 weeks. And this is before the rehearsal. All this was before the rehearsal. So I think a lot of people, like my classmates and stuff, was I think a little bit feeling a bit sympathy for me because they was like, oh, Hempel, like she just came back from my uncle's funeral and then she got in trouble for having a tongue ring. Like, oh, Hempel. But I was just like, F it. Like, I mean, I think going to my uncle's funeral and seeing my family, I think that kind of boosted me up a little bit to be like, F it. Like, I'm not wasting no $50. Like, I'm gonna still graduate. I'm about to go back home. Like, seeing them, for them couple of days and then coming back to finish up, my schooling and then knowing that I have like, I don't know, it was like less than 2 weeks left and then I got caught with the tongue ring. I was just like, F it. I'm about to go back home soon. So whatever, whatever. Like my main thing is they can't keep us here longer. Like F that. They not keeping us here. We're not gonna be an overstay. I think the people who stayed past day class graduation was called overstays. And I was like, damn, I better not be no damn overstay. That was my main thing. Like y'all can wake me up an hour early to do something, or I can have KP duty, that kitchen patrol. I can do something, but I know I'm still leaving this bitch on time. Wish I left on time. So, anyways, um, I remember calling my mother like after the fact that I got caught with the tongue ring. So I think I called her like 2 days later and was telling her, yeah, we did rehearsal, yada yada yada. Mind you, was all these calling cards, and I knew my that calling card number by heart. One of them numbers that you got to dial so you won't call collect. Anyways, I'm talking to my mother. My mother was like, yeah, we're getting ready for your graduation and come down there and the drive. Mind you, we in Maryland, and then they had to go to Fort Lee, Virginia. I don't know. I'm gonna say that drive was maybe like 3 hours or so. It was like 3 hours. So but after my uncle's funeral, my dad he drove me back. He drove me back to the base. But leaving, my mother, she picked me up. My mom picked me up. So she drove down to Fort Lee, picked me up from base, and had all my stuff with me, whatever, whatever. Stayed in Maryland for like 3 days, and then my dad drove me back to Fort Lee to finish it up, like that last week and a half. It wasn't long. It was not long at all. But anyways, when I had called my mom and I was telling her what happened, she was like, Dee Dee, how in the world? What you doing getting the tongue pierced? Why are you witnessing? And I'm like, Mom, I'm still graduating. Like, you don't gotta be disappointed. I'm still graduating, but I just won't be at I just won't attend the ceremony. She was like, what kind of mess is that? Like, oh my goodness, how you da, da, da. But so she, of course, her and my family, whoever came or whatever, they still came, again, and that just wasn't at the ceremony. And then I actually missed my class party, 3-7 and 3-8 class party, not because of the tongue ring, but because of my uncle's funeral. So the time that we had our class like party, graduation party, whatever, of course we had it before graduation. Yeah, it was like a week before graduation or whatever. I was in Maryland. So, in matter of fact, on my Facebook page, I got pictures posted of the party because people took pictures and stuff like that, and then they gave me some of the pictures once it got developed. So, of course, I'm not in none of the party pictures. Everybody had on regular clothes and stuff like that, and but I didn't attend because I was in Maryland. So I got some of the pictures posted. It's on my Facebook page, which is my name, Demetra Hempfield, on Facebook. And so if y'all want to check some of them photos out, and Abaka probably in one of them. If I go in there, I'll point him out. Abaka, if you watching this, goodness, it is funny because it was still all love with Abaka. Like even though he was the first person that got caught because he literally was playing with it. We like, how does she know? And we like, cause Abaka was playing with his tongue ring, like literally sticking his tongue out and playing with it. So, but I mean, we were still, had love for Ibaka. It wasn't like, oh, we upset with you. I know not on my part. Like everybody was like, hey, it is what it is. So we turned into like a joke. Like even what was her name? Santos. I think her name was Santos, maybe not, but we would call her Weapon on Safe. Well, I know that's I would call her Weapon on Safe because we came back from rifle training, and mind you, they tell us to check our rifles and make sure no blanks or whatever is inside. And luckily, this was blanks, so we had like the end piece, like the red screw piece at the end of the barrel. So. And you're supposed to check it, before you come back or whatever, before you leave the range, you're supposed to check and make sure nothing is in a barrel, nothing is in a gauge, whatever, whatever. So anyway, I guess she didn't check. So we inside. We came back. We done marched all the way back inside to the barracks, and this is basic training. We done marched all the way back inside the barracks, and so we like in So this is I'm in sniper platoon. This is basic training now. I'm going back to basic training. I'm in sniper platoon. Our motto was one shot, one kill. So we was in the boys' barracks at this time, like the females and the males, but we standing up, we just needed space to practice or do whatever. Like we had class training about something. So, anyways, we all standing up or whatever. And then so Drill Sergeant Lazarus was like clear your weapons or something. And mind you, we knew we was cleaning it. It was a time where mind you, they taught us how to clean the rifles, take it apart, put it together, all that good stuff. And I know how to do all that, clean the pieces. I mean, this is an M16. Did all that. So just so happened, Santos, I believe that's her name. She um she had a what you call that? Uh it was a blank. So it was like a bullet, but it was a blank still inside her thing. So when she popped it off, you know how they drill sergeants say hold it up in the air and pull the trigger. Why she it was so so we all did it at the same time, and her just we like what? It was just like so funny, but so like it was just hilarious, but it wasn't because I mean, thank goodness it was a blank, and then she shot up at the ceiling. We got to shoot up in the ceiling, but everybody was like, "Wow!" So Drill Sergeant Lazarus was like, "See, that's an example. That's why you're supposed to make sure, when you leave the range, you're supposed to make sure everything is out of the barrel, nothing is in the clip, yada yada yada." The magazine, I think automatic. No, we're supposed to have full magazines, but it's like on our hip. But anyways, so her nickname became Weapon on Safe because when we not using our rifle, oh yeah, she didn't have the weapon on safe. That's what it was. Cause when she shot it out, it's supposed to be weapon on safe, but when she shot it, the bullet came out, or it was a blank, mind you, and the thing was on the clip on. If y'all know what I'm talking about, y'all know what I'm talking about. You know, so her nickname became Weapon on Safe. I mean, it was funny. But anyways, that's all for now. Gotta go. All right, bye.